Good morning, Map are back. Here's the plan. A lot more of the same. There will be the swimming pool guys working on the swimming pool, the roofing guys working on the roof, and remember they have said they think 1 more week before they finish that framing. We'll have plastering upstairs continuing, plus they are going to get to work. I'm not sure if it's today, but it'll be this week. They are going to get to work on raising the height of the windows and doors, mostly around the east and north side, where we've asked for all of those to be brought up to a standard height of 2.4 meters. So that's work that will be going on possibly today. Slightly down on crew numbers this morning. And we did do some shopping yesterday. I didn't put a video out. If you would like to see a little bit more of us floundering around in various home building supplies shops, I'll stick it on right at the end after the credits. What could possibly go wrong? I've just loaded all of the footage that I took yesterday onto the computer, about 14 minutes worth, and roughly 12.5 minutes worth had no audio. The dummy failed again. I think I just ran out of battery on the microphone and didn't realise until today. So apologies, no more footage of shopping, which I'm sure some of you will be relieved at. We will try and cover future shopping trips with audio. Monday morning, briefing from the engineer and probably the foreman, lead foreman. And if you've watched any of the Monday morning episodes before, you know what's coming next.
8, 7, 6, 4, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 7, 6, 4, 3,
Led today by Elson
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6,
and
8, 7,
electrician Mr. D's on.
Leg 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 1, reverse 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 1, there 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 1, reverse 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 7, 6, 4, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 1, reverse 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 7, 6, 4, 3, 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 1, reverse 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 1. Again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 1.
Good effort. Something new in the pool. They have made a start on building up the very shallow part of this pool. You can see the far wall of it. You can see how high it's going to go from where the tiling stops. So it'll end up being, I think it's a little over a foot, a little more than a foot deep, can't remember. But still pretty shallow, and again, this is so that we can have an area where smaller kids can splash around, or possibly, if we can find one, get some kind of lounger that you can basically just lie there and wiggle your toes in the water. So it'll start where that wall is. I'm not exactly sure where it extends to. It might be that it's where you see the tiles on this side have not been taken down to the floor. But there's also steps around this area, so I don't know exactly where one ends and the other begins. We will see. And after, what is it, at least 3 shopping trips, decision made on the tiling for the floor. We're going to stick with the same tiles that are on the wall, which is something that a number of you have suggested in comments, particularly the Australian contingent have basically said every pool in Australia pretty much uses the same tiles on the floor as it does on the walls. If you remember, the only issue we had with that was the fact that they're very smooth and could be a bit slippery, but in the end it's in the water. Not particularly sure that matters too much. So, same tiles everywhere. One question answered. You can see up here they're raising the height of this window so that it matches all the way across the front, and it will match when the dining room window goes in as well, or windows, I can't remember. The only thing that won't match will be the front door, which will go up, I've said before, pretty close to, or maybe to, that concrete beam that stretches across. That's going to kind of stand out at a different height, but everything else all the way around, including on the side through there, behind that fella, basically on the north side, all of that, doors and windows, will go up to that 2.4 metre height. Upstairs, plastering and roofing. Now today is going to be a shortened day for us, not for them, but it is Valentine's Day and we have to head out early because the restaurant we want to go to does not take reservations. So to get there in time and hopefully get a seat, we're going to definitely have to kick out of here before 4:30, well before 4:30. So we're not going to cover the end of the day. We'll cover as much as we can. By the way, if you're watching this on the day it's released, happy Valentine's Day. Okay, change of plan for us. We're not heading out this evening. My beautiful self's not feeling great, so we'll put that off till tomorrow. Here at the pool, you can now start to see what's going on with this shallow area and the steps down. So at the far end, that goes virtually right up to the roof. Well, sorry, to the ridge, the top ridge of the pool. And that is so that anybody playing in that or sitting in that shallow area, it's harder for them to just slide off into a deeper section. Then coming this way, you now can see the height roughly, and we're starting to get the steps going in. And they have already waterproofed, put a waterproofing treatment on the floor. Even though they're going to backfill everything, there is a waterproofing treatment on that floor inside where that shallow area will be. So this is really now starting to take shape. What we're still not sure is the tiles that we will use on the top of this shallow area. And again, we might want to be looking only in that area for something that is slightly more textured, slightly less slippery. And on the top of this island, which I think will be different, I need to talk to the builder about that one because I don't think we've got a rendering that makes that very clear. So we need to see what his plan is for here. I'm inside the kitchen and they have already removed those concrete hollow block up at the top of what was going to be the top of the window on this one, and here, and here, and they will continue at that height all the way down this side of the house on the north side. Something else that's been commented on before, look at the floor. It's basically completely free of junk. Now, I can't say the same thing about upstairs where there's a lot more activity, but once again, it's a clean site. I had a quick whiz around the bedrooms. Here at the back of the house on the north side, they've been working in here in the walk-in closet. This was all done before. As elsewhere, I'm not sure what the intention is because of that beam whether they build up the plaster to match that depth. I think they probably will. Front of the house on the same side, the north side. Marvin and Ronwell have been working in here on that wall, not the bit around the corner yet. And this wall is complete. So that just leaves the walk-in closet. No, there is no walk-in closet, dummy. Just the bathroom for this room. Front of the house, centre bedroom. They've made a start on the walk-in closet for this room. All the bedroom is done. Nothing yet for the bathroom that is through that door to the right. Centre bedroom at the back. This wall is new with plaster. They have done the walk-in closet through that door. They have not yet done the bathroom, and they've not yet done this area where the entrance is. In the master bathroom and bedroom and walk-in closet, all the walls are covered. Once again, maybe additional thickness to be added, I'm not sure, to match the depth of the columns and beams. But nothing else going on here today. What is going on is, of course, more of the roofing. So it's hard to make out, but they are attaching more and more brackets to connect various bits of metalwork up here. They have upstairs got at least 3 arc welding machines, and it might be more. But there's a lot been going on with the roof today. And we've got this saw, which they're using to cut these L-shaped brackets to length. This length. Finally upstairs, the entrance hall. Still some more plaster to be done at the front there, and that does extend a little bit down to the ground floor. But some more has been applied today, not very much. And here,
Hey, sir.
with Mr. Jesse Bamba,
Yes, sir.
walking through the camera shot. I've been getting it wrong. I was calling him Mr. Jesse Dizon. That's my bad. You can see the difference in the height, where at the end we've got the window and the door up to the 2.4 metre height, and here not yet adjusted and starting to adjust, so that all of this, I think with the exception of this small window for the helper's bathroom, all the rest will be at one standard height. Coffee time!
Coffee with yellow.
Coffee with yellow, coffee with ice. So, as you can see, when you're sitting on the bench, it looks about right. I can hear Mr. Jesse behind me. I take coffee every day, he says. He is not the quietest fella. But isn't that nice? Always chatty.
Thank you very much.
Just for once, although you almost certainly can't tell, I've been busy today. So this pile of compost is not complete yet, but there was a load of paper that had been piled up on top, which had come from when we moved. I've moved all of that over to the far bay, where it'll be on the bottom of whatever we add next. If I'd left it on the top here, it would have broken down very, very slowly. And we do clearly need to add other things. If I just leave it as paper, that'll take forever to do anything. But in here now, we have the basically leaf mulch, the big pile of leaves that the nephews moved. On top of that, I put all the cow poop that I collected a few days ago. 3 wheelbarrows full of it, which sounds quite a lot, but when you put it on an area this big, it gets spread very, very thin. On top of that, we have got some other material, which I haven't quite finished yet, but that included sawdust, and I think there was some grass clippings in it, I can't remember now. On its own, it really wasn't composting, and I'm virtually certain it's because I wasn't adding any water. So tomorrow, I'll finish putting that material on top, what's left of that wood chippings and whatever else it was. And then I'm going to really dose it down with a lot of water to the point where it starts dripping out at the front. That's what appears to be the level we want to get to, at least once. Don't need to do that every day, but it does need a lot of water going in. It's very, very dry. We've had so little rain. But doing this today, and again, I was only doing it for, I don't know, 45 minutes, maybe an hour. It reminded me again, in case I should ever forget, the conditions that work crew have to operate in. It is blistering. And any kind of physical exertion when you're fat and old like me is an absolute killer. Hopefully I did lose a pound or two. But that's what's going on here. We still don't have the front on it yet. There will be a front added. And I think the plan is simply to take some of this old second-hand material, absolutely does not need to be new, and somehow slot it in here. Plus, I need to get a connector for a hose pipe to this tap. Ideally, we will have a splitter so that on the one side it's just a regular tap, on the other side I can attach the hose. Then I can potentially run the hose down at ground level, slightly buried even, round here, and get a big hose reel that I can stick on this wall to keep things as tidy as possible. That's the plan. What could possibly go wrong? Well, what could go wrong is so far we've not been able to find any hose reel that is attachable to a wall. They're all freestanding, and I don't want that if I can avoid it. Apart from that, what else could possibly go wrong? I didn't see this coming. 4 o'clock, the bell went. 30 minutes early. Valentine's Day. So, the builder has said 4 o'clock, done today. Go home and see your families. What a nice thing to do. Top fella, Mr. Builder. So, that's it for the day. We did the walk around about an hour ago, so I'm not going to do another one. But straight after this, there'll be a quick bit about the roof and the roof competition. Today, definitely build delicious. Plastering all over the place, decisions on the swimming pool, roofing going up like the clappers. Good day. Tomorrow, let's hope, brings more of the same. See you then. The roof build competition is closing. Right after this, I'll put up a list of all the entries that I've got recorded. If I've got you wrong, let me know straight away. If I've missed you, let me know straight away. If you still want to throw in a late entry, I'll accept it, but tell me straight away. I am going to close this off completely whenever I wake up tomorrow morning. Normally, that would be around 6:15. Given that we're out tonight, all bets are off, I don't know. But whenever I wake up tomorrow and I check the comments, that'll be it, competition closed. So please do look at those credits at the end. If I've got you wrong, I apologise. If you do need to send me something, can I ask that you don't reply to any previous comment but send a new one? It is slightly more difficult to pick up replies to replies in the comment section. I can still do it, but I do miss them sometimes. So please send a new comment. On the subject of comments, quite a few comments are getting held for review by the YouTube algorithm, and I cannot for the life of me see why. It seems to pick on certain people, and there is no obvious reason why. It says they are likely to be spam when they're not. So, if you've sent me a comment and I haven't responded, if you would like to, then send me a new one and I'll try and catch it this time. But the other thing is, it does also stop any messages with what it considers to be bad language. Now, this channel is not for kids, I've said it before. I don't have any particular problem, but let's keep it clean because otherwise your comments are probably going to get held up. And I'm sure there are other ways to say things without actually swearing. So yeah, keep it clean. If I've missed you, it's maybe because these comments are being held for review, and there is a bug in YouTube where if I try to approve comments, it is sometimes deleting them instead. So I know that has happened, for example, to one comment from C. Trussler. There was nothing wrong with his comment. I don't know why it stopped it, but when I went to approve it, it deleted it. So Charles, I can't remember which one it was. If it was something you still would like an answer on and you haven't got one, have a look back at what you sent and send me another one. Charles Hill, it is regularly stopping your comments, and there is, again, no reason why it should that I can see. There is nothing offensive, there's no bad language, it's perfectly reasonable, but for whatever reason, YouTube is picking up on your comments. Michael Masnar, some of yours, and a few other people. So apologies, it's not me, it is the YouTube firewall, I guess, and I can absolutely not see any reason why it does it. Anyway, that's a very long way of saying, if I've missed a comment, you know that I do try and reply to everything, so if I've not replied to something you've sent, send it to me again, if you would still like some kind of response or feedback from me. Anyway, competition closing. Good luck to everybody.